What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video, guys, I have several quite interesting news. I will show you several statements from both sides of MMTLP community, and I will show you that these statements are pretty much false statements, and I want to expose them, and I want to show you that both sides of the community are, first of all, they don't want to answer to the, to the sensitive, let's put it this way, questions, and they are cherry-picking certain facts. And guys, you know that I wanted to show you both sides of the story without any black holes, without any gray areas. And that is why, guys, if you like my videos, please hit the like button, and if you want to know more about technical analysis, subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, for now, you can join my Patreon account. You can join two tiers of my Discord group. One of them costs you $50 a month, and you will have 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call once a month. But if you join with the gold tier, you will have a weekly one-on-one training session with me for just $150 a month. And guys, to be honest, this is the most popular tier for my patrons right now. And let me show you a sneak peek on the most recent activity in the Discord group. Just recently, I published the recap of the week of July 28th through August the 3rd, and let me quote you this. On Monday, I prepared a list of 13 tickers that looked most promising for short positions. As of August the 6th, 10 of them delivered returns ranging from 0.33% to 24.4%, an average profit of 6.1%, while only 3 tickers showed a potential loss between 0.85% and 1.74%, an average loss of 1.22%. More detailed information is available in the attached images. And you can see that I made this call on July 28th, and I wrote, here's a list of tickers that might present shorting opportunities. Please remember, this is not a blind trade signal. Further technical analysis is required before taking actions. And here is the list of the tickers that gained substantial profits. It is 10 of them, and only 3 went in completely opposite direction. I also gave a direct short scalping recommendation on Tesla and Oracle. Both brought an average profit of around 1.5%. In addition, I identified one ticker suitable for a medium-term short position. If you'd like to know which company that is, join my Patreon. As usual, I provided a detailed market overview and analyzed the following tickers: SPY, BBAI, NOV, UNP, NEO, UAA, and CRWV. So guys, if you want to be a part of this amazing community, join my Patreon. So, and let's begin today's video with this couple of tweets that were written by Roman Soups just a couple of days ago. He wrote, MMTLP opinion. There is an old saying that fits the MMTLP community. The best grift is the one where the mark thinks they are winning. The MMTLP scam was engineered to take advantage of people who were out for a get-rich-quick scheme, but had no experience winning and blew an easy double money trade by listening to literal costume characters put out to create a distraction from you, taking your easy winnings and putting them in your pocket. It doesn't surprise me to see opportunistic grifters like Busy Brands and Junk Say playing lies on repeat, like they sold us counterfeit shares, and repeating lies that were told to people who bought into Torchlight fraud. It's sad to see a few folks that legit seem to believe they are winning, or they are getting somewhere in an imaginary MMTLP land they live in. But it's become clear many in MMTLP group are more like cult leaders who are in on the con and just want to keep people brainwashed away from the truth than innocent folks who were stupid that got turned to blind faith to avoid the shame of having to admit they blew their money on easy trade played completely wrong. So much easier to play victim, convince your family you are crazy or delusional, and just pray to the false idiots of MMTLP. Just say and he also added this opinion, MMTLP opinion. The MMTLP scam preyed on inexperienced investors chasing quick riches. Grifters like Karma Collects, Busy Brands, and Junk Savvy spread lies about counterfeit shares, echoing the Torchlight fraud. They distracted investors from securing easy profits, acting like cult leaders to keep the con alive. Many in the MMTLP community seem complicit, brainwashing others to avoid admitting they misplayed a simple trade. And guys, I have to admit that it is quite severe allegations, and let me show you the answer of Junk Savvy. And Junk Savvy, in response, well, not in response, because she just published screenshots of these two tweets that were written by Roman Soups, but she answered this. The desperation is real, folks. For 2.5 years, this criminally charged post has posted demonstrably false claims about me, but this one is pathetic, weak and lazy. Even Grok knows I wasn't posting or speaking on X until after the FINRA's U3 halt on MMTLP. And guys, you know that Roman Soups is the person who had criminal charges back in the days, but as far as I know, this case was dismissed because of a lack of evidence, and he was this case was dropped. And in this case, you cannot say that Roman Soups is a criminal person. That is why, guys, we have let's say not the correct statements from both sides. And what I'm talking about, the not correct statements from the side of Roman Soups. I took, well, I made some due diligence, and here is the string with the search term, search MMTLP from Junk Savvy Twitter account that was published before January the 1st of 2023. And here you can see the tweets that were published by Junk Savvy back in the days. And the very first tweet that she published with the mention of MMTLP story was, as you can see, on December the 12th of 2022. It was 2 days, well, basically it was the day of the U3 halt, and it was the week of the U3 halt, and this is the first time when she started to make these tweets. And well, this is basically search results proves that Junk Savvy didn't post any tweets. But at the same time, guys, some people told me that she could delete these tweets, and I don't know how to double check this fact, whether she deleted or not. And well, I don't know. I know how to do it on YouTube, but I don't know how to do it on X. That is why, guys, for now the facts are following. Junk Savvy didn't publish any tweets before the U3 halt. This means you cannot say that she was promoting MMTLP shares. She was a person who tried to promote this story and to attract more investors into MMTLP saga. For now, guys, you cannot say this without any evidence, and that is why, guys, in this case, Junk Savvy is innocent, and Roman Soups, well, made a false statement. On top of that, I want to pay attention to another set of tweets that were written by Junk Savvy. She wrote it in response to the legal updates in quite a lot of 1209 cases. First of all, let me go to this. Metamaterials BK trustee files opposition to Citadel Securities, Anson Funds Management LP, and Virtu Financials LLC's motion to quash and or for a protective order. Declarations in support of trustees' motion filed Barnett Syndicate Schwab, TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, Thinkorswim, and Nasdaq all turned over data in response to subpoena. DTCC still negotiating for data transfer. trustee argues, here's the direct speech, as the rules text makes clear, the scope of a Rule 2004 examination is unfettered and broad. The rule essentially permits a fishing expedition, and the examination may extend to third parties who have had dealings with the debtor. Rule 2004 allows for pre-litigation discovery prior to initiating any adversary proceeding in bankruptcy. And also she added this, trigger warning, new court filing confirms Schwab, TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, Think or Swim and Nasdaq have turned over metamaterial stock trading data. DTCC is in discussions to turn over data for a fee. Citadel, Virtu, and Sunfunds and FINRA lining up to argue motions on quash. So guys, quite interesting development in the bankruptcy case of MMAT. And I have to admit that other tweets from Junk Savvy are related to the 1209 cases. Here's the first one. 1209 pro se litigant Jennifer Vetrano's motion to reopen case, motions for miscellaneous relief, and motion to supplement the record denied. Judge threatens sanctions. From the judge, here is the direct speech from the document itself. This case is administratively closed. The court summarily denies plaintiff's motions. Any future filings unrelated to the dismissal of the bankruptcy case or a lift of the automatic stay may result in sanctions against the plaintiff. And here is the comment of Scipio. He also filed the most recent lawsuit against FINRA, and he did it just maybe a little bit earlier than 2 months ago. So haven't been following the case, not sure what's going on. What's the reason the case was administratively closed? And here's the comment from Jason Ware. He wrote, bro, I'm asking the same question. I was and I am an MMAT holder. So what? Is this good or bad for it? And Scipio responded, it is not good, but it's also not exactly bad either. The case has been paused by the judge for some reason, just not sure why. I'm also not exactly sure what's entitled in the lawsuit. I think she was trying to stop the MMAT bankruptcy. It may have been paused until the bankruptcy proceedings are over. I don't know. And yes, this case, the case of Jennifer Vetrano is set on pause because of the case of the bankruptcy case, because Jennifer Vetrano asked she filed some documents that can be produced and can harm the MMAT shareholders' rights in the bankruptcy case. That is why her case is set on pause, but it doesn't mean that she lost it. It means that to protect the MMAT investors in the current process of bankruptcy, this case should be set on pause, and it happened, right? It is happening right now. On top of that, let me show you another tweet of Scipio X. As you may have noticed, I've taken a step back from MMTLP posting. I no longer see a point or purpose in engaging in outreach on X. I do want to continue to keep those interested informed on what's been going on in my case, and I will continue to do so until I'm not legally allowed to. Attached, you will find FINRA's reply to my opposition to their motion to dismiss. And guys, here is the document that was filed just recently, and Scipio put this link to this document in details. Let me show you another comments, and this time from Scott Roth. And in response, basically, Scott commented on Junk Savvy tweet, and for now we have another decision. Junk Savvy wrote this: 1209 pro se litigant Contic Wilcott's motion for sanctions against attorney Wes Christian for alleged misstatements that falsely accused Wilcott of participating in a coordinated effort to obstruct the debtor's bankruptcy estate through baseless litigation denied. From the judge, the court does not find attorney Christian's statement here to be sanctionable conduct pursuant to Rule 11. Plaintiff sought $50,000 for reputational harm, emotional distress, litigation costs and deterrence. And I see that Junk Savvy, in my opinion, she kind of happy because of these decisions, and it makes me thinking that Junk Savvy is not trying to solve the problem in general, because she publishes a lot of tweets every time when the 1209 cases have some kind of problems in their processes, and she's happy not for their wins, but she's happy for their losses. And it is quite weird behavior, but it is what it is. And Scott wrote in response to this tweet that Junk Savvy published in response to her own tweet. He wrote this: so it's early, Julie. I know your script writers aren't awake yet. And she also made this tweet with a gif blah blah blah, and Scott wrote, it's going to be pretty funny watching you invoke your Fifth Amendment rights, family jewels. And I have to admit that it is not the end. She also published another tweet that let me quote it for you. 1209 pro se litigant Daniel Spears' motion for leave to file early discovery subpoena, motions denied from the judge. Plaintiff is seeking third-party subpoenas explicitly designed to substantiate claims clearly raised in plaintiff's response. Plaintiff is not entitled to discovery or to oppose a Rule 12b6 motion to dismiss. A motion to dismiss pursuant to Rule 12b6 is decided solely on the pleadings. Thus, the degree of discovery conducted is irrelevant to a Rule 12b6 motion. And Daniel Spears responded to this, and as you can see, Jen Vitrana reposted this tweet. Daniel Spears wrote, the subpoenas are 1. A long and short share count to prove an average. 2. Screenshots of 10 trading systems over 6 times pre-held between 16 hours to 5 minutes, covering world markets to prove a squeeze. Everyone should have wanted me to get these subpoenas. They are not dead. If I beat any portion of the motion to dismiss, they are back on the table. And guys, this is a pure evidence that Junk Savvy is, she doesn't want to see this information. And if she doesn't want to see it, what about her statements that she wants a share count? You can see that these subpoenas are falling. A long and short share count to prove an average. And second one, the screenshots of 10 trading systems over 6 times pre-held between 16 hours and 5 minutes, covering world markets to prove a squeeze. Guys, don't you think that it is the main goal, the main question that that is asked by the so-called non-litigational path of the MMTLP community? And why in the world Junk Savvy doesn't want to see this information? It doesn't make sense. On top of that, guys, wait a second, let me show you another tweet from Daniel Spears. She wrote this in response to basically, let me quote you first of all this one. My case has empty door defendant spots. It's almost as if she believes NDAs are not discoverable, which interestingly could be viewed as a tip in her hand. What she seems to not comprehend is that by Texas law, she is a proxy for McCabe and BH, especially since publicly admitting to be a consultant and possibly Christian. I personally would not take legal advice from any attorney who has pending fraud upon the court allegations. I will have to review cases where an attorney was disbarred and or sanctioned to see what bar implications that could lead to. And she refers to the tweet that was written by Scott Trott. It's going to be pretty funny watching you invoke your Fifth Amendment rights, family jewels. And as I mentioned previously, she addressed it to Junk Savvy. And Ron Doe, in response to Daniel Spears' tweet, wrote this: "What the F is going on? I can't keep up. Seems like even with all these lawsuits, we are nowhere close to any resolution or ending." And here's answer from Daniel Spears. 7 pro se lawsuits are working tirelessly for this community to get resolution, yet Junk Savvy is regularly putting them down. If she wants a resolution so bad, why isn't she cheering us on? There are people working for this community, and I'd sure be nice if this community started appreciating and supporting them. Guys, definitely all of 1209 community members who have an active lawsuits are working hard to achieve the goal for the entire community, for each and every MMTLP shareholder. But why in the world some people inside the community pretending that they are fighting for the community itself don't want to see the resolution in these cases? In my opinion, it doesn't make sense, and it raises more questions. On top of that, guys, I want to pay attention to the tweets of Junk Savvy again. She doesn't she doesn't like basically to answer on the questions that she don't which she cannot answer to, because well, let me show you this. Just recently, Trader Zero published his detailed breakdown of the most recent 10Ka filings that was filed by Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, but Junk Savvy didn't comment on this because she cannot argue with the statements that Trader Zero published here. And on top of that, guys, I lost some of subscribers from MMTLP community because they don't want to admit that this is the real facts that were published by Trader Zero, where he explained the real idea of this 1209 of this 10K filing. And no one from the other side, so-called other side of MMTLP community, no one comment on this tweet. The best that they can do, the best that they did basically, is just to say they said that Trader Zero is a paid shoe and I'm a paid shoe as well. Guys, if you don't agree with this opinion, and this is not my opinion, it is the explanation of Trader Zero, why you argue with my personality, why you think that I'm a paid shoe? It doesn't make sense. On top of that, guys, within just I believe several days, Trader Zero will publish another investigation. He wrote this tweet basically yesterday, and he said, "Hilarious that the talking heads keep pushing this McCabe is our hero narrative in front of the effing brutal 10K revision filing, like that wasn't staged. McCabe hasn't generated a dime for shareholders for over a decade. What he did was make a personal fortune of them. My next X article will lay it all out for you, directly from the SEC filings as usual. Greg McCabe, the god emperor of the Orogrande Basin, where the only thing pumping was John Burda. It sure as F wasn't oil." And he added a couple of screenshots where he published, it is a chart where you can see the number of shares outstanding first of all on Torchlight Energy, and the number of shares is rising dramatically from $13.8 million all the way up to more than 145 million shares. The next chart shows the Next Bridge Hydrocarbons shares outstanding from $165.5 million to 251.9 million, and for now we know that basically the most recent 10K filing shows that this number is even higher, and your position was diluted by more than 37% since the U3 halt implementation. On top of that, he published this chart, Insider Enrichment versus Retail Losses from 2012 to 2025. You can see that two lines are pretty much, they are moving together. One of them is insider haul in millions, and the second one retail losses in millions. You can see that, insiders had a lot of payments according to this chart, and retail investors, basically they lose this money that were transferred to the pockets of insiders. And it will be very interesting to see this investigation, and it will be even more interesting to see the answer of Junk Savvy in regards to this story. So I think that's all for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and see you in the next video. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed.